Holla and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today, especially all you truck drivers out there. How are you doing? I myself am not a truck driver. I am a rad dad, but I'm not a truck driver, despite that being the most common job in the great state of Indiana. I'm not a truck driver, but I do know that truck driving is essential to the economy, especially over here in America, where they drive hours and hours and hours, hundreds of miles, to transport all sorts of goods across America. It's a large country, and it's also important across Europe, of course. And this video stuck out to me. Is German trucking the best? I've actually been waiting a long time to react to this video. It's by Yuckin. Link down below. Check out his channel, his or her channel. But I honestly just want to know. I want to know, is German trucking the best? It might be. Interesting question.
Out of all the nations in Europe, no particular country seems to have more love, or perhaps a more fitting word would be obsession, with transportation and logistics than the EU's main economic powerhouse, Germany. Boasting a population of just over 83 million people, Germany's position in the heart of Central Europe makes them the continent's king of international trade. With a cultural emphasis on practicality and common sense, the infrastructure of the country known by many names just might make it one of the best places on earth to be a truck driver. But I suppose those best able to discern the truth of that statement are the estimated 500,000 truck drivers who make their home in the nation adorned in black, red, and gold.
Wow, 500,000. That is a lot. Now I'm wondering, most common jobs in Germany. Where does truck driving, rank among Germany's most common jobs? Software developer, electronics, healthcare, IT, economist. Where's the truck drivers at? Well, I am unable to find an answer. So let's continue. It's apparently not in the top 10.
The roads of Germany are dominated by renowned European truck brands such as Scania, Volvo.
I like the European trucks. Honestly, I think driving them would be a lot better than an American-style semi-truck. With these flat fronts, you're seated much more toward the front of your vehicle. You're much less likely to run over a Corolla in front of your truck, I assume. I don't know. I mean, if a little baby walks in front of you, you're still, not going to be able to see something down there. Although I'm sure they have cameras. But anyway.
Iveco, DAF, and of course the popular German brands MAN and Mercedes.
Damn,
As one
cool.
might expect, Mercedes-Benz is consistently the best-selling truck brand in the country. And though their price tag may seem a bit lofty, consumers find themselves repeatedly swayed by the manufacturer's long-standing track record of reliability and domestic dominance. Specifically, the Mercedes-Benz Actros is the most...
It's interesting because you just don't think of Mercedes, or at least I don't. I'm not a truck driver, once again. But I don't think of Mercedes as being a semi-truck manufacturer. I think of them as luxury cars.
Commonly purchased by German truckers.
I wonder how the revenue split like that is. Like, how much of their revenue is from selling these trucks? Probably a lot.
A model which has achieved success in many areas of the globe. In terms of styling, on the surface, German trucks may look quite similar to certain Dutch, French, Belgian, and other Western European truck designs, though there are a few differences which can be used to distinguish them on the road. As truck design is very much an individual choice, I'm speaking very generally here about overall trends in the country, but German trucks tend to be a bit more muted in terms of colors than some other European nations. Unicolor designs featuring silver, black, white, and red are common, while those who do decide to have their trucks custom painted sometimes opt for more elaborate and refined artwork, as opposed to punchy and brightly colored graphics. In addition, Germany seems to be more reserved in terms of lighting, chrome, and additional exterior features, with add-ons such as bull bars being much less frequent than in neighboring Netherlands. Again, trucking culture throughout Europe is built on the backs of many countries and stylings, as the free flow of traffic brings design ideas across the continent, so there are plenty of German trucks which choose to be loudly colored, brightly lit, and with ample exterior modifications. If there's one thing Germans certainly do best, it has to be their roads. As of 2023, Germany...
That's a good point. So far, to be honest, I was looking at this video like, is Germany the best country to be a truck driver in? That's kind of the way I thought the question was being framed. And the roads are a huge factor in that. The roads. The infrastructure dealing with truck driving. Obviously a major factor. And the truck that you're driving is also relevant and important. That's true.
Lays claim to the 12th largest road network in the world, with a total size of 644,480 kilometers in length, almost all of which is paved. The vast majority of roads are in excellent condition and are maintained frequently, though in some more rural areas and
as I've said before, I noticed that. That was one of the first things I noticed, maybe on my first video ever on this channel, which was reacting to the Autobahn. I'm like, damn, these roads are nice.
select sections of eastern Germany, you may occasionally run into subpar stretches of asphalt. Germany is also home to the Autobahn, one of the only motorways in the world that doesn't have a speed limit in certain sections, and is, by some, considered to be the best motorway network in the entire world.
Now, can a semi-truck go whatever speed? Unlimited speed? No speed cap? That would be wild. I wonder how fast they can get up to. Here in America, a lot of highways have 2 speed limits. One for trucks, semi-trucks, and one for everybody else. So semi-trucks actually have a 5-mile-an-hour lower speed limit, typically. Which really doesn't... I mean, everybody's going 5 miles per hour over the speed limit anyway. I don't know how much it actually influences anything, but that is the way it is in a lot of places here.
Though other neighboring nations would beg to differ. While trucks do have to follow a speed limit on the Autobahn and other roadways, usually being capped around 80 kilometers an hour.
Oh, wow. Wait, they can only go 50 on the Autobahn? I'm sorry, is that what he just said?
Network in the entire world, though other neighboring nations would beg to differ. While trucks do have to follow a speed limit on the Autobahn and other roadways, usually being capped around 80 kilometers an hour.
That seems slow. 50 on the Autobahn? You tell me, is that correct? That seems kind of slow.
Much of truck speed is governed by internally installed speed limiting devices, which prevent heavy trucks from exceeding 90 kilometers an hour. Despite the regular...
So they can't go over 56. Okay. Interesting. I would say trucks, for the most part over here in America, don't exceed 65.
Regulation
So a little faster.
and probable disappointment that they aren't...
Truck drivers here are probably driving further distances, though, typically.
From exceeding 90 kilometers an hour. Despite the regulation and probable disappointment that they aren't allowed to drive as fast as they please, German truckers are still lucky to be able to experience some of Europe's finest roads and landscapes. On average, German truck drivers make around 46,000 euros a year, the 7th highest salary in the world, though many see
The 7th highest salary for truck drivers in the world. Now, I know over here in America, I happened to look this up right before the video. I think they make on average $76,000 a year, which is pretty impressive. That is a lot of money. But with that said, they are overworked. I think that's like universally agreed. They're basically paid. A lot of them are paid by the mile, how many miles they go. And so they drive forever, which is obviously can be a safety concern.
seasoned drivers are able to make much more than this. Drivers in Germany 7th highest salary in the world, though many seasoned drivers are able to make much more than this.
Okay.
Drivers in Germany are limited to a maximum of 13
hours a day. Damn.
hours working in a 24-hour period, 9 of which are spent driving. However, they are permitted to work 10 hours no more than 2 days a week. As Germany complies
9 hours of driving. Got it.
with EU truck standards, articulated trucks are generally kept to a maximum total length of 18.75 meters, and a maximum weight of 50 metric tons, notwithstanding oversized loads and special transport operations.
These are some beautiful trucks, I must say, and especially being, over here in a small town in Indiana, when they do like a parade, a lot of times they'll bring the semi-trucks through the parade, just like to show them off. Like, look how badass this semi-truck is. That's how you know you're in the Midwest in a small town, when they start bringing the trucks through the parade.
So, is German trucking the best? Well, really it all depends on who you ask and what you're comparing German trucking to. But at the very least, those who make their living on the roads of Germany are saved from excessive potholes, overwhelmingly drab landscapes, and the pains of navigating a 10-lane highway. This doesn't mean their job is easy though, far from it. So if you happen to live in Germany or anywhere else, take the time to thank any truck drivers you happen to run into, and maybe just give them a little more space when you see them on the road. Thanks for watching. Please check out my Midtown Madness.
I could never do it, to be honest. People make me too angry on the road. And just imagine over here in America, you know, the amount of people that are, you know, they're passing you on the right, they're going slow in the left lane, you know, truck driving here in America. I feel like you'd become a very angry person after a while.
3 video on screen right now and linked in the description below. I spent the better half of 3 months working on it, only for YouTube to shove it into a dark corner where nobody could see it.
That was a really great video. I do wish, I guess, I mean, it was a short video, you know, it was pretty concise. I wish it went into a little bit more information about like the infrastructure around trucking as far as truck stops and this type of thing. But it was a great video, very informative. Let's see. For many years, there's been a huge lack of parking spaces for trucks around the Autobahn. Okay, interesting. Existing truck stops are always overloaded with trucks, parking dangerously on the on-ramps and off-ramps connecting to the Autobahn. Okay. So there's a lack of parking for trucks, it sounds like. Definitely not. Many interstate highways lack sufficient truck parking. So the truck parking is a common complaint among the truck drivers, I guess. Anyone who actually drives a truck for a living knows that Germany is a nightmare to drive in. No spaces for parking at night. Man, the parking at night. These comments are coming in hard, you know. Honestly, I thought they'd be like, yes, we love, you know, Germany's a great country for trucking. But they're all just complaining about the parking. Always complaining about the nearly impossible to reach goals. Oh, man. I think trucking is just a difficult job. Truck parking. Oh, my goodness. The amount of parking complaints. I did not foresee that. So there needs to be more parking. I'm going to become an advocate for German truck parking on the Autobahn. Come on, guys. We got to get them some more parking spots. That was interesting. Okay. Thank you for watching. This is Rad Dad signing off. I'll see you tomorrow.